Good morning. Welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Monday, November the 24th. We are here to look at the new releases that are published this week. On Mondays, we look at the Cozy Mysteries. Quick announcements. I don't have any sprints tonight. I don't do them on Monday nights. We do them every Tuesday and Thursday evenings and Saturday afternoon. This Thursday is going to be a double feature. It's Thanksgiving here in the U.S., and so we'll be starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Time for a total of 4 hours that evening for Thanksgiving. Friday's morning show this week is not going to happen. It is a holiday. I have the day off and I'm going to sleep in a little bit. So the only morning shows we have are today and Wednesday. So let's jump in because we're going to have to do some, we'll look at a few, but then we're going to do some speed dating. All right. Hope you had a good weekend. Mine was okay. Finally got my hair trimmed. So the bangs aren't poking me in my eyes. First up, A Murder in the Making by Victoria Laurie, second in the Magical Trinket Mysteries. Dovey didn't expect to fall in love after the age of 200, yet she can't stop thinking about Grant Gibb Barlow, the gorgeous FBI agent who helped her crack her first case. A romance with an unbound is obviously a terrible idea, but for Gibb it could be fatal, because Dovey's employer, Elric Ostergaard, arguably the most powerful mystic in the world, also happens to be her longtime lover. Alas, Dovey's efforts to steer clear of Gibb become impossible when her best friend, fellow mystic, and unapologetic romantic Ursula Goransdottir tricks them into a lunch date, during which Gibb is alerted that a fellow agent has been murdered in his own home. The state of the crime scene and of the body seem to defy logic, but Dovey immediately recognizes the crushing curse, which could only be cast by a supremely powerful mystic like her boss. When another agent is killed in the same manner, Dovey races to find Elric for answers. Next up, new one by Mia P. Manansala. Sixth in the Tita Rosie's Kitchen Mysteries, Death and Dinaguan. I looked it up. Things are looking up for the Bruja Cafe and Lila Macabakal. Oh, I'm so sorry. Can't think of anything that could break the spell, especially with Valentine's Day coming up. She can't wait to celebrate with her boyfriend, Jay Park. Adding to the lovey-dovey atmosphere is Hannah Lee, Shady Palm's newest resident. She's also Jay's beloved cousin and chocolatier at Choco Noir, the latest addition to the town's culinary offerings. Everything is coming into place for Hannah, who left her old life in Minnesota behind to work at Choco Noir, owned by her best friend. Unfortunately, beneath the sweet surface of Shady Palms runs a bitter undercurrent as a series of attacks against women-owned businesses in the area escalates from petty theft to assault and murder when Hannah is found knocked unconscious inside Choco Noir and the chocolate shop owner is put out of business for good. Murder at Cottonwood Creek by Clara McKenna, seventh in the Stella and Lindy Mysteries. I need to get back to the series. I don't know what it is about these covers, but the artwork just speaks to me. I love the covers in this series. Led by his passion for paleontology, Lindy's father, Lord Atherley, has traveled all the way to Montana, to explore the fossil-rich horse ranch owned by Stella's mother, Catherine, and her second husband, Ned Smith. Urged by Lady Atherley to look after her husband, Stella and Lindy follow in his wake. Stella is excited to be reunited with her mother, and Lindy is eager to experience the real Wild West. Both are equally thrilled to participate in a fossil dig. But when a local man who was guarding the dig site overnight is found the next morning dead in a creek bed, the couple fear his death may not have been an accident, especially when things get wilder still. The paleontologist on the dig has his notebook stolen, several fossil bones disappear, and a second body is found in the research tent. Normally that is set in the UK. Murder at Donwell Abbey by Vanessa Kelly, second in the Emma Knightley mysteries. Sorry, needed a gulp of coffee. Emma's spirits are elevated after she and husband George Knightley host a joyful holiday celebration at the Hartfield estate, but it's instantly a bitter January when her father makes an unexpected announcement. He and Miss Hetty Bates have decided to marry. Not only must Emma relinquish her role as mistress of the household, but also accept the reality that the excitable Miss Bates will become her stepmother. More unwanted news arrives during an extravagant betrothal ball at Donwell Abbey, the grand Knightley estate where Emma and George will soon permanently reside. Nearly every villager in Highbury revels in the dazzling affair, except Emma's hardworking lady's maid, Prudence Parr. To Emma's horror, Prudence is found dead, sprawled across the stones of the library terrace. Well, yeah, she stopped reveling in the dazzling affair because she was dead. That was very awkward. End of that row. We'll do a couple more and then we will do drive-bys. Murder at the Scottish Games by Tracy Hall, 7th in the Scottish Shire Mysteries. Paisley Shaw is no stranger to managing tricky tangles, but mid-August spins her world into more chaos than she ever could have imagined. Between her teenage son's moody antics, friends making life-changing decisions, and the looming Nairn Highland Games, evenings with fellow crafters of the Knit and Sip crew are her one escape, but when she joins the game's organizing committee, Paisley is instantly plunged into a whirlwind of clashing personalities and scandalous mishaps. The festivities unravel faster than a drop stitch when heavy-throwing competitor Artie Whittle is accused of cheating and his ill-tempered father is found murdered the next day. With Artie unconscious and pegged as the prime suspect, Paisley and D.I. Zephyr team up to untangle the truth. Amanda Flower has a new one. Newlyweds Can Be Knocked Off by Amanda Flower, 6th in the Amish Matchmaker Mysteries. After years on her own, Millie has been busy adjusting to married life once again. Meanwhile, her best friend Lois Henry is still salty that Millie didn't have a big wedding where she could get dressed up and be maid of honor. But there's a way Millie can make it up to her. With a dreary January upon them, it's the perfect time for a girls' trip to the Amish community in sunny Pinecraft, Florida. Oft-divorced Lois is decidedly not Amish, but she thinks it will be a hoot. With the blessing of her sweet husband Uriah, Millie agrees to go. On the tour bus that transports Ohio's Amish snowbirds to Florida every year, Millie and Lois strike up a friendship with a young woman traveling alone. She reminds Millie of her beloved niece, and Millie takes her under her wing, but even before the end of their first day in Florida, tragedy strikes. Millie and Lois find their new friend dead on the beach, seemingly drowned, but who would want to hurt the sweet young woman, etc. One more, and then we'll do drive-bys. I know it's hard. Vows and Villainy by Elizabeth Penny, 5th in the Cambridge Bookshop series. It's wedding season in Cambridge, and Molly Kimball is thrilled that it's almost time for her best friend's special day. With the help of her boyfriend, Kieran Scott, she's determined to be the best maid of honor for Daisy and Tim. Daisy's heart is set upon a Shakespeare-themed wedding to be held at Hazelhurst House, Kieran's family home. The Scotts are also hosting a Shakespeare troupe for the summer, and the actors have kindly agreed to be part of the festivities. But all goes awry with the discovery of Sir Nigel Peck, a famous actor with a checkered past and present-day misdeeds, floating dead in the moat with flowers strewn around him, a la Ophelia. When Kieran's brother Alan becomes a top suspect, Molly and company must investigate to uncover the ugly truth behind this picturesque scene before more bodies pile up. But as you see, we have a whole bunch more. This is the only day we can do this. So we're going to start doing drive-bys. Fireworks and Felonies by Mina Allen, 3rd in the Beach Hill Cozy Mysteries. 4th of July themed. Sally Goldenbaum has a new one. 8th in the Seaside Knitters Society, Gull and Bones. Origin Story by A.W. Hartwan, maybe? 16th in the Mercy Watts Mysteries. The See Me Murders by Lucia Cool, 2nd in the Willows Creek Murder Club. Knock Him Dead by Patty Larson, 16th in the White Witch Island Paranormal Cozies. End of that row. Oops, let's go say hi to peoples. Hi, Mary. How was the visit from your daughter? Happy Monday. Hope you all had a good weekend. Have had a strange but mostly good week with my daughter, who is now with her daughter in Richmond for Thanksgiving. Wow. That sounds like a story. She says, those are classy covers compared to most of the cozy. Indeed. Elena says, good morning. Happy Monday. Well, happy Monday to you. How are you doing? And Mary says, hi, Elena. She says, I am waiting for my other book to be ready, but it's taking a long time. Oof, they do that sometimes. And she says she is good. Good to hear. Black Forest Cake Murder by Karen McSpade, 2nd in Sinclair Sisters Bakery Mystery Series. I would have some of that cake. I would have it for breakfast. Because I'm evil. Murder Bears Fruit by Rosie Sandler, 4th in the Gardner Mysteries. Resort to Murder by Joanna Campbell Slan, 20th in the Kiki Lowenstein Mystery Series. Let's just throw some words up there. Deadly Hour by Jenna St. James, 34th in the Witch in the Woods series. End of that row. Jingle Jangle Jingle by Elise M. Stone, 3rd in the Rainbow Ranch Mysteries. Mr. Yao Stalks a Killer by J.P. Aspen, 5th in the Magical Midlife in Retrograde series. A Husband is Hushed Up by Helen Golden, 2nd in the Duchess of Stortford Mysteries. Killer Secrets by Jackie Layton, 3rd in the Organized Crime Cozy Mysteries. So your daughter is visiting your granddaughter. What are you doing for Thanksgiving, Mary? Elena says, did I miss anything? Not much. Espresso and Espionage by Wendy Meadows, 10th in the Snow Falls, Alaska Cozies. Heartbreak and Hexes by Carmen Radke, 3rd in the Willowmere Mysteries. Murder at the Museum by Jackie Sharp, 5th in the Wharf Rats Mysteries. Arson and Old Ladies by Meredith Spies and Kate Fitz... Oh, they list the editor. Okay. Hey, look, I have an editor. Second in the Damian Murphy pet sitting and murder investigations. No Love Lost by Becky Melby. Ninth in the Mysteries of Blackberry Valley. I like that cover. Obviously, it's Valentine's Day, but I like the little bookshelf at the bottom. Shock, I know. Sweet Silent Night Secret. Sweet Silent Night Secret by Christy T. Dixon, fifth in the Harmony Landing Mysteries. That dog is happy. See that tree? I'm gonna destroy it. Artful Deceit by Hannah Ellis, sixth in the Lily Larkin Mysteries. Tent Pegs and Terror by Tyler Rhodes, second in the Max's Campsite Mysteries. End of that row. We'll have some time to go back and look at some things maybe. Mary says, I will go down to Richmond for the day, have to make rolls, a chocolate cake, and Waldorf salad as my contributions to the meal. The girls will stay home since I will only be gone about 6 hours or so. Nice. That's okay, Elena. I figured it out. To be honest, in person, I get called a lot of different letter combinations because they don't remember that it's PK. Sometimes they say PJ, AJ, CJ, TK. I get called everything. I figured it out. Murder at the Scottish Ball by Millicent Binks, third in the Opal La Plume Mysteries. With a Side of Death by Poppy Bridgman, third in the E.B. Eats Diner Mysteries. Call It a Daisy by Patty Larson, seventh in the Daisy Bruce Cozy Mysteries. A Conspicuous Woman by Sarah F. Knoll, 13th in the Tabitha and Wolf Historical Mystery Series. I read the first one recently. It was okay. Alright, so that is the end of the list. We've got a couple minutes left. I just want to make sure we got to everybody. Mary says, strange things this past week. Snake in my tub. What? In your tub? Food poisoning? Oh, honey. And a dear friend had emergency surgery and is still in the hospital. Oh, my goodness. On the good note, Amy was here. I love her being here. Oh, yeah. That's always a good visit. But holy moly. Was it a big snake? I'm sorry about your friend. Lena says, I watched Stranger Things yesterday on Netflix. It was kind of scary. I've heard that it's scary. I have not watched it myself, but I have heard it's scary. Therefore, I probably won't watch it. You're very brave for watching it. I was binge watching The Good Wife yesterday while doing some crochet. When I was visiting my mom yesterday at the assisted living, one of the attendants has, when I'm visiting my mom, I'm crocheting. She has liked the stuff that I do, so she asked me to make a blanket for her. I said, okay. Mary says, still getting over the food poisoning. Oh, kind of still feeling funky. Lost 4 pounds in one day. Not a fun way to do it. No kidding. Oh, Mary. Well, at least you're coming back from it slowly but surely. Was it like at a restaurant? Ugh, I can't even imagine. She says, the snake was little, but it was a snake. Absolutely. It was a snake in your tub. That's like finding a spider. or mouse. Oh, don't like it. Alrighty. So, again, our last morning show this week is Wednesday. We're not doing it on Friday, and on Wednesday we'll be looking at the darker side, the crime fiction and thrillers. Sprints will be Tuesday as normal. Thursday, starting 2 hours earlier for a total of 4 hours. So if you want to come hang out after hanging out with family, you just want a quiet time, listen to ambiance, read a book, whatever, close your eyes, come do that. And then Saturday, our regular time at 3 p.m. Eastern for 5 hours. Mary says, yep, restaurant, no more chicken Alfredo for me, probably ever again. Do you know if anybody else got sick? I mean, they would have to. Did you let them know? Ooh, yeah. Probably ever again. Absolutely. Ugh. When I was a kid, had a bad experience with pumpkin pie, so I don't eat pumpkin. I just don't. Elena says, thank you so much. Well, thank you, Elena. Good to see you. Alrighty. So, hope you guys have a good Monday. For me, it's a short week at work. Yay, but we'll pay for it on the other side, but I'm going to enjoy it nonetheless. And so be safe. Winter's coming this week, starting tomorrow. We've been blessed with very, very mild 50s weather, but that is ending this week. So, everybody, be safe out there. Elena says, I hope everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving and don't eat too much turkey. Very good advice. I hope you have a good Thanksgiving too, Elena, if I'm not able to see you. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate all of you very much. Hope you have a good day. And as the banner says here, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Nom nom. Have a good day and God bless. Oh, and don't forget, Advent Calendar book starts next Monday. Go join on book reads, our group, Bookeemonsters.